Alright, let's take a look at rounding decimals and what that means. Basically, it's just trimming down really long decimal numbers down to something that's less ugly and easier to work with. Here's an example. 3.68423, we are being asked to round that down to 2 decimal places. Here's the process, and this process is basically the same for any decimal. First, I'm going to count out 2 decimal places, or 2 numbers after my decimal. So here's my decimal point. I'm going to count out the 2 places, and then I'm going to chop it right there. So I'm going to cut it off and get rid of the bit that's after it. But before I do that, I need to look at this number here, what we call the critical digit. It's this first number after the chop, because that sets the tone or helps make the decision about what is going to happen next. If that critical digit is a 5 or higher, then my 68 here becomes 1 higher, 69. If it's 4 or less, then it stays as it is. So in this case, that's exactly what we've got. We've got 4 or less, okay, for my critical digit. So I'm going to leave my answer as 3.68. That's it. That's the process, and we can apply that to a number of different decimals. Let's have a look at another one. 27.3279. This time we're rounding it to 3 decimal places. So I just find my decimal right here, and I count out 1, 2, 3 numbers, and then chop it. Have a look at the critical digit, because this is either going to be 327 or 328. My critical digit here is a 9, which is 5 or higher, so my 327 becomes one more, 328. So the answer is 27.328, and we've trimmed that down to 3 decimal places. Couple more quick ones. 2.197 to 2 decimal places. All right, so I'm going to find my decimal, count out 2 numbers, then chop it. Look at the critical digit. In this case, it's 5 or more. So my 19 here, the 19, goes up to a 20, and it's 2.20. Going to give you one more, but this one has a little bit of a twist. Round 4 to 3 decimal places. Well, wait a second. Where's the decimal point, and where's the decimal places? This is an integer. This number 4 here is what we call an integer. It's a whole number. Every whole number has a decimal point at the end of it and a whole heap of zeros. As many as you want. We call them trailing zeros. So my decimal point, I can put it in, because we don't really write it with an integer, but I'm going to put it in, add a heap of trailing zeros, and now I just follow the same process. I count along 3 places from my decimal, I chop it, I have a look at the critical digit. It's obviously less than 5, so it's going to stay as it is. The answer is 4.000. Hey guys, that's it. That's rounding decimals. Well done.